I'm Dan from Gear Diary.
I'm Perry.
I'm Carly.
And I'm Tejas.
And we were talking on the site recently, and really we're looking at some headphones. We've done a lot of great headphones lately. And Tejas said, like, I've got this pair of
$20.
really expensive, fancy headphones.
$20.
$20.
And we said, how do they sound comparatively? So we decided we were going to line up a bunch of headphones. So we've got these, the Master and Dynamic MW65s. They're $500. We've got these from Plantronics, which are the 8200 UC 8200s. They're about $300. We've got the V-Moda version 2 of the Crossfade Wireless. They're about $280 currently.
Got the Jabra Elite 85H, which are about $250 currently.
And then there's
the Mixter headphones, which are $20 on Amazon.
So question one is, do $20 headphones sound and feel like $20 headphones? But also, is there a difference between different... He already broke them. So this is what we're going to do. What are we going to do, guys?
We're gonna listen, and we're gonna see if we think they sound similar at all. Which ones sound better?
A blind taste test.
Hearing test.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Don't lick the headphones.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're not working.
So how are we doing this, Perry? Talk to me.
We're gonna play Uptown Funk by Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars, or featuring Bruno Mars.
And we're using the Google Pixel 3a.
Because it has a headphone jack.
It does.
Yeah.
And I also should do a shout out to Shure, because we're using the Shure MV88 Plus, I believe they are. I just reviewed. And just a shout out to Shure, because we're using the microphone that I just reviewed on the same level. A link to that briefly. But we just want to thank Shure for this, and it really helps us capture the video.
I think one thing as well is we're going to be using, these are all Bluetooth wireless headphones. We're going to use physical, like we talked about, physical cable. So
why are we doing that?
So I think to be fair, right, to remove the interference in Bluetooth out of the equation. So just based on sound quality, I think physical connection is the best way to go. Right?
And because it's easier.
And pairing.
Well, that too. Yeah.
Pairing and repairing is annoying.
Right. Easier.
Right.
It's called easier, Perry. Exactly.
Director said cut.
Can you put together just an outtakes clip too?
Hi, Nava.
Nava will also be testing for us.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to blindfold somebody. We're going to have somebody sit in the chair Carly's in now. We're going to blindfold that person. We're going to put on a pair of headphones with the song. Then we're going to put on another pair of headphones with the song. And then a third pair of headphones with the song. We're not going to say which ones. And that person's going to have to rate them 1, 2, 3. Then the next person's going to go and pick three headphones. In every case, one of the pair of headphones will be Tejas's crap phones.
Yes. Well,
That's not fair.
that's probably
That's prejudging.
Don't prejudge them, Dan. Don't prejudge them. That's not fair.
It's not fair.
let's jump in the gun a little bit, but yeah.
But probably accurate. Let's just be clear. Cheers. Nice to see everybody.
Cheers.
Should we get a shot?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay.
That's 3.
Should I take?
Yeah.
Okay. So the last headphones were the best
Right.
for me. The first headphones were the second best. The second headphones were the worst.
Okay. The last headphones were the V-Moda.
Okay.
The first headphones were the Master and Dynamic,
Okay.
but not Bluetooth, not noise cancellation on.
Okay.
And the second headphones were...
I win.
All right.
All right. That was closer than I expected. The first was definitely the worst. But the second two were pretty close. I would say the second pair was the best, but by a hair. And then the third pair was second best, but it was close.
So what do you think you were listening to? What do you think they were?
What do you think the first pair was?
The Mixter.
Winner.
They're not very comfortable. You can like really
Oh, does
feel
it
them.
help?
You can kind of feel them on your ear a little bit more, but the sound just wasn't as good.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it was decent.
It was
I mean,
good,
if you want an inexpensive pair of headphones, they work.
Right.
The bass was really nice on the second pair. If I had to guess, they were the Master Dynamic.
Nope.
Plantronic. You see
Plantronic.
1800s. They did some really good stuff with the audio on their current headphones.
The Plantronics were nice.
Correct.
And they beat by a hair. They beat the third. The third.
Which were what?
I'm guessing they're the Jabras because
Right.
I've been wearing them on a daily basis.
Right.
Right. So, you would know.
So they felt the same.
All right.
But it's just a slight difference in the clarity of the audio between the Plantronics and the Jabra. But they both sounded good.
Okay. All right. 3, 1, 2.
3 is the best.
Yes.
Correct. Those are the V-Modas.
That was number 1.
Followed by the Master Dynamics. Followed by
And file mixed
the
to it.
mixed guitar.
Three, two, one.
So 3 was the best.
3 was the V-Modas. Master, 3, okay. And what was 2? And then 1 was the cheapos.
Yes.
I didn't love the Jabras. They were actually better than Banat, but this was like all of a sudden I put on the Master and I'm like, oh, thank God. Seriously.
We offended your delicate sensibilities.
No, seriously, it was a real interesting difference. So what did we learn here?
Price matters.
So I think it's important though, right? So I think you have to keep in mind we're comparing how much are these?
$250.
So we're comparing
250, 283,
and up, right?
350,
Right.
500.
Right. So we're comparing $250 to $20, right? So I think we'll hear from everybody, but I think for $20 they sound pretty good. Like,
I mean, value is subjective.
right.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like these were inaudible and you couldn't make out what was going on. They sound pretty good. I think the point is that
Hold on a second. I think it's an overstatement to say they sound pretty good. They sound and they're passable.
So I think the key thing is the marketing on this. What I've seen is the company is pushing the idea that these are comparable, right, to more expensive headphones. So obviously we don't think they're comparable to $250. Are they comparable to $50, $100 headphones? Maybe, but obviously you can hear the difference. Is the point, right?
And you can feel the difference
Right.
too.
Yeah, no, the feeling is the biggest difference. I will say, as somebody who normally uses a bone conduction headphones, we were discussing that earlier. To me, these sounded fine, but I'm also
Right,
used
but
to,
you
like-
use bone conducting
Right,
headphones, which
that's-
sounds like crap.
Right. So, and again, I'm not using those for the sound
Right.
quality. I'm using those for the safety reasons. But the point is, so if you're not somebody who cares deeply
Right.
about sound quality, you just want a decent pair of over-the-ear headphones that serve a purpose of just kind of blocking out sound and playing some music. You're not going to hate these.
Well, you know what's cool about
If you don't
talking
have
about-
more expensive ones to compare them to, you
Right.
probably won't be as miserable.
You're talking about safety. These actually have a hear-through feature
Okay.
that actually have microphones that feed in the environmental sound into the headphones while you're listening to music.
Okay.
So you're not going to hit by a cab.
Right, and you can turn
That's
these to
important,
low ANC, and these have the same thing. These don't, but these aren't ANC headphones.
Right.
So,
Right. There's still. I mean, I think yeah. You really. I think that would be the only other one that I would use outside the bone conduction ones, because I do think that you. And maybe I see this differently. Like, I'm just saying, like, as a woman, if I'm out running on my own,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to rely on it's not as blocked out. I
Right.
want to know that I can hear everything around me.
Right.
right, there's a reason Raina loves her AirPods, because she's commuting in the city and she likes the fact that she's able to hear what's around her and have her podcast or her music.
Right.
Right.
Me, when I put headphones on, I want to be completely cut off from the world most of the time. That's not always the safest thing, but there's a different purpose for everything. But I do think, is there a difference between $20 and $250 and up? Absolutely.
Yes.
Then the question is there a difference between like the $200 range and the $400 range?
I think there is.
And to my mind, there is also.
Yeah.
But you don't have to spend $500 to get great sound. Although I will say, if these were stolen tomorrow, would I go out and buy a pair of the Master and Dynamic MW65s? Probably, if I could, because it's a totally different experience for me. But I also I love the V-Motors. I love the Plantronics.
But I think the thing for me is, so this is the first time I've tried the Master and Dynamics, right? And I think it's one of those things where until you wear them and you hear them, you don't know what you're missing, right? So it's like I'm used to wearing, cheaper headphones. I mean, I have, well, these, not these. I have. I mean, they were $300 when I bought them 3 years ago, but I have Bose QC35 noise canceling headphones, which are very good, sound great, cancel out the noise, and that's what I'm used to. And when I put on the Master and Dynamic earlier on, they sounded way better, right? Like I was like, wow, I haven't heard anything like this before in headphones. But up until that point, I was like, hey, the Bose sound amazing, right? They're perfect. So I think unless you had the opportunity to try these on, if you tried these on, you'd be like, these are amazing. This is what I need. And then you try these, and you're like, wait, these are better.
Right. And they're all good. I think you're absolutely right. Look, when somebody gave me a bottle of wine that was like a $300 bottle of wine. I'm like, who spends $300 on a bottle of wine? We drank it for our anniversary. $300 bottles of wine, really good.
Right.
A friend of mine for my 25th anniversary in my position gave me a bottle of Macallan 25.
That's thoughtful.
It's very thoughtful. Yeah. You know what? A $2,000 bottle of scotch tastes really good.
Yes.
It's better for that.
Yes. Yeah.
The same thing goes for headphones. That when you've tried something really, really it's hard. Yeah. At the same time, I'm not going out and buying a bottle of Macallan 25, and I'm not buying a $300 bottle of wine, and I'm not going to go out and, without thinking about it, buy a really expensive pair of headphones.
Mm-hmm. But it would be tough, like you said. It would be tough if these were stolen to go down to something like this. I mean, it's passable, but once you're used to this, are you going to want to?
I don't put the Jobber in the same category as the Klappensteins,
yes.
but
Mixter.
Yeah, those. Yeah. I would hope not to, which is why I'm going to make sure these don't get stolen. But the fact that the Jobbers are excellent, and I love these headphones also. Like if I'm listening to something heavy bass, this is actually a much better headphone for heavy bass. The V-Motas are known for heavy bass, and they are fabulous headphones. And if you look at the ear cups also are much more forgiving for fat heads and big ears like I am.
I mean, I personally like these the best of the ones that I tested, and I'm saying this as somebody who's not an audiophile who has probably a little bit of hearing loss in one ear. Like
what?
Exactly. Those sounded the best to me. Like,
yeah, I agree with Carly. I think for me the difference was, I know the ANC was off on the Master Dynamic, but on the V-Motas, like the biggest thing for me is the sound was very full. Like the audio. I'm not an audiophile, but the audio space, like. I don't know what you call it. I guess the theater or whatever, right? Like it felt like it was more. It was soundstage. It was a much fuller sound.
Yeah.
Like these actually, one of the things I noticed was that it was more tinier. Like there was really. It was almost like
you're listening to a record in a closet.
Yeah, exactly right. The audio was passable, but it wasn't like you weren't getting that kind of that range.
It was more like you were listening to a record through the closet door.
But like the Mastering Dynamic, the clarity was amazing, but it wasn't as full as the V-Motas, right?
So we're going to try something else in another video, but so the bottom line here for us is, I think you said before, Tejas, you get what you pay for.
Right. But
if you're looking for a pair of wireless headphones for a kid, and you don't care if they lose them or they get destroyed.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not giving them one of these.
No.
Like, I would give them those.
Yeah, I think right, exactly. And I think that the point is, we have, the fact that you have the ability to spend $20 and get, a good pair of, or a working pair of Bluetooth headphones, over-the-ear headphones, I think is a good value, right? I think the point is, if you really care about audio, probably not the best for you, and it may be worth saving up and looking at some of the more expensive ones. So,
yeah.
And
for Gear Diary, I'm Dan.
I'm Perry.
I'm Carly.
Tejas.